Undergraduates with dyslexia or dyspraxia are faced with the choice of whether to disclose their learning differences when applying for a work placement. Research undertaken by the Additional Learning Support Unit at Bournemouth University suggests that students feel negative judgments may be made by placement providers who are unaware of the positive contributions that these young men and women bring to the workplace.
Working on such a broad sort of big plethora of different projects and stuff at Sunseeker, going back into my degree, it hasn't been a problem. It's something that would have fazed me in my second year, you know.
I'll learn hopefully how to write a report properly, which means I can get the professional skills, which will help me in university.
My favourite thing about being on placement was the networking opportunities that I was involved in. So I got to go to the National Television Awards.
It gives me the opportunity to have a look at the job that I hope to do when I'm older.
I found out that I was dyslexic actually towards the end of my second year at university, so quite late on.
Having it discovered now has actually been really good because I've been able to get the help I need.
Being dyslexic, your mind is programmed totally different to everyone else. So if everyone goes from A to Z going A, B, C, D, E, F, G, I'll go from A to Z going the other way because that's what makes sense to me. It's a different way of thinking. That's all it really comes down to.
I've developed my own coping strategies and I can think a little bit outside the box as to how I approach tasks, which people without a disability might not be able to do so well.
It's just when it comes to getting it from my mind onto paper, that's when it becomes hard.
I think one of the reasons why I've always been very good at problem solving is because all my life I've always been trying to find a different way of doing the same thing. If everyone else does it one way, I've always had to find my own way of getting to that solution.
One of the positive aspects of my dyslexia is my enhanced creative ability, and this is something that really shone through in my placement.
It felt like if I disclosed it on the application, I didn't feel that gave me the best opportunity to explain myself and put my story across. During the interview, I decided to disclose and I just explained that I needed a bit more explanation and sometimes I might need them to repeat instructions so that I can write them down. He simply replied with, "That's exactly what I expect my solicitors to do."
I felt that if somebody saw it on paper, they might be a little bit judgmental as to my disability, and that actually if I was in front of somebody, I'm a lot more personable and I can explain how the disability positively affects me, not necessarily the negative aspects of it, and it worked out really well. I followed the same procedure for my graduate applications and disclosed that I'm dyslexic and dyspraxic in my interview at Godolphin, and now I've got a graduate job there which starts in September.
With reasonable adjustments, the work placement can be a fulfilling experience for students with dyslexia and dyspraxia and those who employ them. If you'd like to know more about our research, please contact the Additional Learning Support Unit at Bournemouth University.